Hey everybody, this is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition dietitian and eating disorder intuitive eating expert. So we are going to talk a little bit today. I usually have one day a week where it's a total Q&A, but this week I felt like this topic was really important, so I might do an extra video for this week, and/or I'll have a stockpile of questions for next time. So no worries if you have a question in the hopper waiting for me. I will get to it, definitely. All right, so I want to talk about something that I think is a struggle for every person along the way. And let's just get right to it. If you do have your notes or pen and paper, you might want to take some notes about this or at least watch it again, because I think I'm going to cover a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. I'm also going to type up a few little notes about this too, so you can make sure that you get the gist of the video. So is giving up on wanting to lose weight, or even giving up on weight loss, like letting it go, is that giving up on yourself? And most people feel that that's true. And it usually shows up in ways that we're not really ready for. So let's say that your body has changed and your clothes, don't fit. And you need to get a new set of clothes. And you're right there in that dilemma of, and I hear this if I had to make a top 10 list of the things I hear, this is one of the ones I hear the most, as to, it's like, this is the phrase that people say when they're actually just needing to grieve. And it looks like this: I have so many cute clothes, or I hate clothes shopping, or I like the clothes I have and I don't want to get new ones. And I know that's painful. I know it's hard to look at clothes you once liked, and fit you in a certain way that you feel comfortable with or that you're used to. And it's like, well, for me to be more maybe well nourished or less food focused, I can't wear those clothes. And it can feel like you're not just letting go of the clothes, you're letting go of so much. And so that's where grieving needs to come in. And honestly, with your grieving is going to come a lot. I'm going to say this, it's like, you're probably going to have a lot of rage. You're going to be angry. Maybe at yourself first, but then it's going to be like, I can't believe that this culture is like this, or I can't believe that this is how I was raised, or I can't believe that I have to walk out my door and hear this garbage every day in all kinds of ways from all kinds of people and different angles, that I'm taking care of myself if I pursue weight loss, or I'll like myself better, or that there's not even an option, except for people maybe that rant and rave like me and other people like me, that see diet culture for what it is: the distraction, the taking away of our freedom. And that's really what this is about, is get people to feel like there's a problem with them in some kind of shape, way, or whatever, and get them distracted enough with it to where that feels like the reason why they're so upset or sad or not confident or whatever. And underneath that is much deeper stuff, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. But just on the surface, recognize that it can feel like that if I give up on dieting, that means that I'm giving up on myself. I'm giving up on being successful, on being part of something, on being able to connect, to get along, to not have to make waves. And if you're hearing those kind of thoughts in your head, you know that you're starting to knock on the door of stuff that was there way before you started dieting. It's just part of the wounding usually that precedes going on diets and eating disorders developing. So I just want to put that out there to you. So there's that actually, if you were to get another clothes size that fits you better and you're more comfortable, the benefits are you're going to be less body preoccupied. But that means you're going to have to grieve all that you had wrapped up and trying to either stay that clothes size or even continue to get a smaller one. And what it's going to feel like is that you're losing something, probably. Maybe some identity, or a way that you were showing that you were worth something, or successful, or measuring up, or whatever. I know it's painful, and that's what we're called to do. Something else another aspect of this I want to talk to you all about is the idea of I have to be trying hard to get healthy. And I gotta tell you guys, I've never seen anybody hate themselves well or healthier or more peaceful. That's definitely an inside job, and you can't prove it from what you look like on the outside. So let's see, if you're working on stress management and slowing down and eating a variety of food and moving in a way that's not compulsive, you know, that's not exciting probably to a lot of people. We're sexy, and you're probably not going to constantly talk about it ad nauseum. Like, I don't constantly talk to people about like what I'm doing to you know, continue. Like, I've had some gut health issues on and off in my life, and I don't really talk about it to people that much. A lot of people wouldn't even know that it's an issue because I don't talk about it. Not because it's not important to me, but it's just not all that exciting. And I honestly know that that's a door that I don't usually want to open for like 99.5% of the people that I come in contact with. Now, in my circles, like you all are hanging out with me in, yeah, I totally have a conversation with you all about that. But you know, I don't do it publicly just because it's, well, what would, you know, I always like, well, what would be my intent about that? And it's usually for some of the reason, you know, that wouldn't be all that helpful to most people. So anyway, what the point of that is that we don't take care of things we hate. So if you're feeling like, for me to be more, to feel like that I'm covering up maybe what's bothering me, or to be something or whatever, it's got to be because my body's getting smaller, and then I'm showing people that I care about my body, or that I'm smart, or that I work hard, or that I have discipline. And that's not what your true health is going to look like. You know, it's one of those things that, like, okay, some of these health behaviors might change your weight, but that's not the point and why you got healthy. The weight change wasn't why you got healthier, let's say, or more peaceful. It's because you were doing some things probably very consistently, that slowly over time helped you out, and there may have been a weight loss side effect from that, but maybe not. And so that's why it's so hard to, for the sake of our own wellness, to do certain things if we need acknowledgement, if that makes sense. So just put that out there as well. And lastly, what I want to mention before the video gets over, and I want to answer the questions that I've got here that are accompanying it, is that, sorry, that's my dog. So much of this, we can very much, again, over-mentalize it, and it's really important that when you start feeling these feelings, you get rid of the clothes, you eat regularly and supportively, you do the things that that nobody really cares that much about, that benefit you and that aren't glamorous or showy, or get people like, oh, good for you, you know, because weight loss, you're going to get lots of good for yous. But it's a faux, again, it's a faux sense of lovability. It's surface, it's not deep, and it's not going to feed that hunger that we're actually all really looking for. And it's really important that when you start doing this work, you find and feel those flinches, and do this at a body level, not just at a head level, because a lot of people know a ton about health at every size and intuitive eating and recovery and what needs to happen. It's the below the neck work. This old somatic memory that's stored in our bodies is what can feel so excruciating sometimes. So it's really important. You know, it's really important to think about, like, okay, how am I creating space in my system by doing this work? And if I'm holding on to like wanting to lose weight, or even I'm holding on to hating my body, underneath that is probably some sensation that we're having a hard time not wanting to go there with. And that's actually the thing that's going to help you the most be less attached to wanting to lose weight and feeling like weight loss would be success. And so once you start doing that, again, somatic work, that's when you're going to start to see, like, it matters less about your body size. You just don't, it doesn't even feel all that connected anymore. I mean, it's going to be some there, but the more you find that flinch, the more you work through that, the more you're going to see the stories and the movies that have been played as to why the weight loss feels so important. Okay, so I hope this was really helpful. Just to let you know, I'm going to put some notes below in the comments, just so you can kind of reconnect it if you don't want to watch the whole thing again. I hope you do, but if you don't, it's there. And all these themes and all the things that you can do about this, I actually have in a group program if you're interested in knowing more about it. So I'm just going to put the link below about it, because we talk about all the head, heart, and gut of doing this work, and being able to have the space to grieve and rage about like what keeps me so stuck around feeling like I've got to eat or move or look or be a certain way to feel like I'm okay. So before I end this, I'm going to answer a few of these questions. Yeah, I had a question, this is true, to fit in the diet culture drives me nuts. Counting carbs, counting points. Yeah, all that stuff that we feel like that we can be really good at. And, I know you all are probably some of the best dieters you know. Like, we can do some serious, like, white knuckling. But that's not actually how I want. That's, for me, one of the reasons I'm like, I don't want to see my success in life as how good I am at being a dieter, or being the thinnest person in the room, or counting, or white knuckling, or forgoing just normal life experiences because it might, for a moment, ease some of my pain. It's like, I understand why I would do that and why you would do that and the function of it, and that's so important to acknowledge and have compassion for. But at some point, once we know, it's like, how much longer can my soul take doing it this way? And that's what we have to decide for ourselves. So I'm going to read this last little comment here before I hop off is, wow, my getting smaller as a result of healthiness and not attention. Maybe not. I just want to make sure, like, not everybody who does this process, I get smaller, you might stay the same. You might end up needing to be in a larger body for all kinds of really important reasons, just because. That's what the body needs to do at this point in your life for health, for protection, whatever. And so even judging that as like wrong or not successful, like lots of people get quote unquote recover from diet culture and disordered eating stuff, and the body they needed to have is a bigger body because maybe they didn't get to grow up and actually have an adult body, and they don't know what that is, or life has happened and we go through health challenges that our bodies are bigger, either because it's necessary to survive that, or that was the result. But whatever, it's still not a failure. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was helpful for you. If so, let others know about it. It'd be really helpful to me. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to y'all soon, and make sure you check out the notes below. Okay, take care.